Hi, and welcome back to Professional Lovers channel. I'm Al.
And I'm Patti, and we are the Professional Lovers. Married 27 years and love facilitating couples, whether married or engaged or seriously thinking about it. So if you are interested in having the best relationship that you can, then keep it right here.
You're in the right place.
Come back and listen to us, because eventually, as the couples begin really learning about each other, we'll be bringing in tips from our book, Becoming a Professional Lover. So, and tonight, for the first time in 2 weeks, we actually watched the show
on the night it aired.
Even though you're seeing this in the morning or tomorrow, Thursday, we did watch it. We get to talk about it in near real time.
Yeah.
So tonight's episode focused mainly on the last two couples to actually walk down the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Chris and Paige, and Haley and Jacob. Mm-hmm. So let's just start with Chris and Paige, just to get it done.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, there's just so much to unpack, and I don't believe we've seen even really a tip of it all, but there's so many instances that we kind of even see where it comes from.
Yeah, because we got to meet Dad.
Yeah.
And Mom.
Yeah.
And Dad. And Dad. Anyway, let me start out by saying, okay, Chris says a lot of stuff and uses a lot of words and language that are just turnoffs for me.
He grows feet to put in his mouth.
And the thing is that we saw a little different side of him tonight.
To a certain extent, we did.
Well, because even though he played it off somewhat well at the very beginning, it turns out that he's not that attracted to his wife physically. Now, he's attracted to her mind. He's attracted to her conversation. He's attracted to her body. But in conversation with her friends, he said a lot of things that would make me feel uncomfortable.
And that's just, okay. I have a tendency to look at things from both sides of the aisle. And I just think he does
I want you to look at it tonight as a guy. Okay. Right now.
I can
right now. Because I'm going to look at it from a female perspective. We need you to look at it from a guy's perspective. Well, okay, go ahead.
He doesn't put his words together well. Now, I do feel that I have an understanding of what it is he was trying to say, but the manner in which he expressed it just didn't come out favorably for him. And her girlfriends, her bridesmaids, don't know why, but they gave him a pass when explaining it back to her, their conversation with him.
Yeah, they never
threw him under the bus.
They never threw him under the bus.
Because he jumped under the bus. The bus just wasn't moving.
And it didn't fall on him.
Yeah, no, he jumped under it.
When he was talking about how she is not the woman he wanted.
Yeah, he said
she's the woman he needed.
She may be the woman I needed, but she's not the woman I wanted.
Because
I'm like, what?
Yeah, that.
I mean, even
that was hard for me to hear, and I'm not even her girlfriend.
And yeah, really. I mean, how do you, even as a friend, how do you take that from somebody who is just connected with your friend, your best friend?
And yet wasn't her sister who said that she kind of likes, she feels like he's sincere and genuine.
Although
something along those lines.
Or did she say he was crude or something?
No, I said that.
Oh, okay. I know I heard it somewhere. But his expression, his mannerisms, his way of conveying a message, needs help.
Yeah, it does. Help. Because if we were to take him at face value,
Oh,
not thinking about production, editing, any of that. If we were to take him at face value, he is a jackrabbit. And I'm being kind.
well, she's being Christian.
I'm being Christian.
Yes.
Because he comes across as very superficial.
Very.
He comes across, I had to laugh when he told her, I used to have a big ego. Because if he does not have a big ego now, I am scared of what it was. I used to have an ego problem. I don't have a big ego anymore. Newsflash. You got a big ego.
Ain't nobody giving him a mirror lately.
But, whoa. And he, was bringing up his ex quite a bit.
And again, just his delivery of how he expresses or how he responds to things that he's asked about or in his conversation, just the manner in which he talks directly is just not conducive to creating a relationship, whether it's with Paige or anyone connected with Paige.
And was it just me, or was the whole sex conversation at the reception like overboard? I mean,
it was awkward at best, and I mean to add, what did he ask? Do you have an overactive?
Do you? It was like, do you have a
sex drive?
Yeah.
Do you have
a huge sex drive or a strong sex drive?
Yeah, something along those lines.
But even talking to her about masturbating, and it was like, this is a stranger. Why are you divulging to wait? And the other side. I fasted for 3 days.
I'm thinking,
I'm hoping it was food.
Yeah.
But since it was all part of the sex conversation, it inferred that he fasted from sex for 3 days to keep himself clear before the wedding. But if it was only 3 days, and because you had 2 weeks before you got married, so what does that say? I'm just going by what the dude said. Now, we can hope that he was talking about food. That he fasted from food for 3 days to keep his mind clear. But meanwhile, he's, satisfying himself to help himself stay straight. TMI.
Totally.
Just TMI for somebody who you are just meeting. And daddy. Okay? Can we talk about daddy? Talking about the girl's shape and his need for her to be intimate with him when he comes home after a hard day work, and having babies, and when he started down that road at the table when she was talking to the parents, Mama was like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah, really. I mean, Mom tried to be diplomatic and but she was, although it kind of caught me a little bit. When you have differences of opinions and, if you have arguments, don't let them go on for weeks or months. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Weeks, months? How do you deal with uncomfortability for that long a period of time? It's with someone that you deal with daily.
So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes because, it's still all about Chris. And the sister was right on point when she said Chris has a vision in his mind of his life and how his wife fits into his vision.
And she's not, and she said, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but, for the most part, she was kind of educating her sister that there's a role that you're going to have to play.
Yeah.
If you're the one in this vision. But
depending on how she's in the vision. Because now, she's not in the vision because she is way different than what he ever has been attracted to.
Yeah.
Doesn't really feel attracted to her, which is why she wasn't feeling the connection because she kept saying, I don't really feel a connection. I wish he would look at me. Mm-hmm. So, enough about them.
Yeah.
Because
we'll see. I mean, everything will unfold, and I know that there's a bombshell coming with the two of them.
Yeah, because we all know by now.
He was recently
just broke
engaged.
up a few months before getting married.
He was engaged in February,
and it's hard
That's less than a year ago.
It's hard to believe that the experts didn't know that before choosing him to match him up with. Because for me, as an expert, that would have been a red flag. That no, we just need to make sure that you're not rebounding.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be a part of this process.
Do you have any baggage coming?
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which ultimately, he's got some new baggage.
Yeah.
Brand new baggage.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens there. Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Haley and Jacob. The most awkward
vibe this season.
Yet.
Because this one reminds me a little bit of
Henry and Christina.
Yeah. A little bit. That's how awkward it was. Not in the same fashion.
Right, because Jacob is definitely more communicative.
Yeah.
Than Henry.
Yeah.
But just the level of discomfort between them in conversing and just being together.
I think both of them were just trying hard not to be serious, and when you try hard not to be serious, it ends up creating a very unorthodox and uncomfortable scenario, and trying to be light. I mean, he's not a comical guy, but he has a sense of humor.
It's a dry sense of humor.
Yeah, and she's young, she's energetic, she's lived a lot, she's traveled a lot, and she's inquisitive. So she wants to know about him, and he is not one. He looks at computers all day. So
he's very unresponsive in his expressions and his body language. Yeah. When he was listening to the bio that the family and friends do in the marriage,
and he'd give a
it was like it was almost stone faced.
Yeah, like
no real response whatsoever. I mean, and it's supposed to be humorous and cute and funny, lighthearted, but he was given barely anything.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, he had a smile.
He loosened up a bit, if you can say that, as the night went on. With the reception and everything.
And see, there's a certain maturity level that he might be past some of the giddiness or whatever,
he's 38.
Because he took charge and he went directly to her bridesmaids.
I like that. I know you got questions. I know you want to
bring it on.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a fear factor, but I think his communication style or ability, may need. We just need to see what it is.
And part of the awkwardness too, as she kept saying, is that she's been single for 7 years. So it just feels weird to, be getting into bed with somebody that you don't know.
Really.
And she looked like it. I mean, there was
both of them looked like it.
But he looked like he was trying to be a little,
and
a little, I don't know what you want to call it. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, with the hand behind the head.
And turned toward her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was looking at him like scared. Like, okay, I'm over here. Stay over there.
And I mean, it was a long day. If nobody's even really, I can't say nobody's thinking about sex, but
don't say that.
It's
because there are a couple that could be.
There's a couple.
And of course, that was the topic of conversation between each individual and their set of friends. Mm-hmm. What was going to happen tonight, and and all that, which is we get that every single season. Of course, that's the big mystery.
Well, I like one phrase that one groomsman had. He said, "What will it be, the friend zone or the end zone?"
That was cute. That was cute. But you don't have to use that though.
Would it
No, I'm
use
just
it?
saying you know that's not the phrase that you need to use.
No.
Yeah, just saying.
Because it's not a game.
But that was a cute little saying.
Yeah.
And then they went into, look at the other couples a little bit who
Mm-hmm.
had, as they were talking to the family,
Mm-hmm.
talking to the friends, all the friends got to talk to the groom, all the groomsmen got to talk to the brides, and,
Mm-hmm.
so that was really nice,
Yeah.
To see. And Brianna and Vincent, your
Mm-hmm.
favorites so far.
Yeah, because I believe that they're enjoying the process. They're free.
Well,
with
they
the
have,
process.
to me, they have the best vibe right now.
Mm-hmm.
Relaxed.
But I think they have
and
an
Clara
open mind.
and Ryan are a close second.
Yeah.
In the vibe category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do agree. It's just that I was thinking at the end of the show where, of course, you got to see the drama and you see tears and you don't know what exactly happened to create the situation, but it's like everybody has to go through that pitfall where, they're wondering, did they dive off a cliff and it's just jagged edges as opposed to, a spa.
But that,
Yeah, it's the show.
The wedding, it's not just the show. The wedding and all of that is you're the best person ever.
Mm-hmm.
Your best foot forward.
Yeah.
You're having no clashes, but as you get to know each other and, learn the fighting styles,
Mm-hmm.
learn the arguing styles,
the love styles,
learn the and even the conflict style. The love styles and the conflict style, because everybody has a conflict style as well.
Exactly.
And those aren't always the most positive or productive. So that's where it starts to kind of go south. And as I said, that's every season. Yeah. They start out with all of us wanting them to succeed so much, and they're never going to argue, and they're never going to have conflict, and it's going to be all lovey-dovey and...
Well, and it's not even about all lovey-dovey, but I guess, and again, it's just our style. We're not boisterous in our confrontational situations or our disagreements. We communicate, and if we think that it's too intense, we'll just breathe first.
Well, and that's become somewhat of a process. No, we have never been screamers and yellers. We've never been a couple to curse each other out when we're angry. But
you cursed me out when you weren't angry?
No, cursed you out audibly. I've cursed you out up here.
What?
But it's never come out here. Yes. You have brought me to that. Every now and again.
I have brought you to that? I'm not in your head.
Every now. Yes, you are.
Am I? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do I pay rent?
No, you're not in there that much.
I own it.
But no, so we've never done that. But we've had to, come to an agreement, an understanding of how to communicate through conflict. So it's been a small process, but a process nevertheless, and everybody has to go through it.
True. I mean, that's part of relationships.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll be seeing that probably starting next week.
Yeah.
In next week's episode. Anything else?
Well, no, I mean, next week, I guess, is when we start to get into the relationship aspects and the communication styles and, how they confront with different aspects of agreeing or disagreeing, likes and dislikes, topics that, they may not even think of, that one may feel strongly about and the other one has to figure out how they feel about it. And that's all getting to know you. So,
yep,
it's going to be interesting.
And we'll be there. And we'll be talking about it.
Hope you'll be there too.
Exactly. So, we plan to see you next week. Like us, share with other people who might be interested in hearing what we have to say. And until then, stay safe and peace.
Enjoy.